as a security guard, but it
cheese was stuck on side to eat after them not eat for day. Them forget. Like, I don't understand this. I don't understand. Remember them not have boots. Remember them not have uniform. Them not have your beg and borrow buy work boots. Them uniform tear. Them not have things. Them not have supplies. Them forget. Them not have police Kevlar vests.
Okay.
Them forget
my
that.
sister. Speak, my sister.
Come on, man.
Remind them.
Come on. Where your memory? What on? It's the same people. It's just that them a sing a different tune because them did need you. Them have 4 or 5 more years in them mind now for drag this out more. Wake up. Look around you. See what is going on. You forget it's not that long ago. It's not that long ago.
Talk up, Tika.
You can't move nowhere. You can't get promotion. You watch people come in who not have one dege
qualification.
Experience.
No experience.
Much less month of experience and God skyrocket past you.
Thank you.
Talk up.
Skyrocket.
Thank you.
Because why? Friend and company, while you sit there doing all of the hard work with little to no resources. Come on, man. Wake up. Wake up. Realize what's going on around you. It just hurt my heart, man.
It does.
It hurt my heart because they go out there and them try, and a lot of it is frustration as well on their part. And unfortunately, it's being taken out on the people instead of the system that is doing it to you.
True.
All right, take me out to the box.
True. Thank you, Tara. Always riveting. May I tell you. But anyway, Jamaica, you see how Tara can lay it out. I don't need to say nothing more. I don't need to say any more. Jamaica, police officers, learn to read the room and learn to speak out when you are around that negotiation table. We have a successful JTA. The teachers, them can unite. Why can't the men and women of the Police Federation unite? There are more squaddies than superintendent. Stop allowing the superintendents and them and those who jump the ranks to continue to burden the ordinary squaddies in the police force. Unwa do the work, unwa make the soup them look good. So I'm asking the ordinary men and women and the squaddy them will just join the police force. Open your eyes and work together as a police federation. It is unacceptable. Look and see if you see superintendent or no brown police in a khaki suit, a guard, no ballot box.
Ryan, big up, Ryan.
See, kete we just go into the force and risk on life and do the things them for the politician and election. Learn to read what is happening. Ask yourself, and as me said to Jamaica, we are not bashing any institution or any place of work. Big up.
Big up yourself, Lorraine. Big up.
Mr. Chin workers, and big up to our security guards. But context matters. And when you read the email and you do the comparison, I don't think it is fair, for minimum wage workers to be getting more than the police officers. And one have to further put things into context and ask yourself, could this be one of the reasons why our men and women are taking their own lives in the police force? The system that the Labour Party has created for them makes it difficult for them to survive. Many who would have started out in the JCF are no longer in the police force today because they just don't see it and make any sense. Gone were the days when the police force was seen as an institution to join where you can look up to. It is terrible, Georgia. And I am here this morning. Connect the dots and make you know say it now add up and it now make no sense. 2.5% per month is $3,260 extra added to police officers' salary. When you look at the minimum wage workers, according to Pernell Charles, $1,000 extra will be added to the minimum wage. If you get $1,000 extra every week, 4 weeks make a month. So the ordinary Mr. Chin worker will be getting an extra $4,000 per month. But when you look at the police officers, they are getting $3,260, a little less. How is it possible? How did Fayval arrive at this conclusion? Come on, police officers. Come on. Wake up. And with all of the good things that them claim so no I do, it worth it too, no? It worth it too, no? Look and see if the Jamaica Constabulary Force has not become a pyramid scheme. The pyramid is like a triangle, where the base of the triangle is so broad. The base of the triangle represents the average squaddy them we join. We are kill out to ourselves. And who now do one thing in the JCF, the superintendent them, and those assistant commissioners up there, we up on the pyramid, up on the triangle tip. And them I get the big salary, and you down at the base that put in the good work. So that's them can look good up at top. Open up on your eyes, police officers. Open your eyes. I would have done the math for you. Tell me anywhere where you see it makes sense. How can a minimum wage worker get in more than a police officer? Huh? And I want to just ask God to continue to bless me, you know. Give me the vision so that I can further break down things for my people. A lot of persons never did I look upon it this way. But that is the reason why I am here, Jamaica. And I hope you learn a thing or two. I hope your eyes are fully open. Yeah? I hope you would have learned from that scenario I would have created. It's not a good look, Fayval. It's not a good look, Andrew Holness. It is not a good look. And speaking of not a good look, good morning, Dr. Christopher Tufton. And good morning to our hard-working nurses and doctors at the University Hospital of the West Indies. It's your time. I want you to come to the front of the classroom. And I just want to say thanks to all the 446 persons who are tuning in. Click the live and share it to at least one person because we are about to turn things up over here. Jamaica, we're taking a break, 1 minute break. And when I come back, we journey to the University Hospital of the West Indies. Stick and stay. Christopher Tufton, you're up next.
Yes, my side. Like and share up the live for me now. Like and share up the live for me. Share the live with at least 10 people, alright? Right now. Share it by your WhatsApp status. Share it, share it, share it. Remember say, Dre is gonna be on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen. He's doing a what do you call that something there? He might do a show tomorrow upon in TikTok. It's gonna be short. We might try to raise some funds for purchase a what do you call it now? A laptop. You understand? And that's why I've been doing this for a little while now. Come and say, why join the on YouTube? See my YouTube page, ladies and gentlemen. It's the same symbol, the Drebrian show. Drebrian at Drebrian. When you type in it, you're good. Subscribe to him page, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why I did this. I was like, man, this man I do some show and I do some breakdowns. And, you know, TikTok don't record them in full for you repost them, you know. So you have to do it on YouTube. And from me see him show them, I start screen recording, show them. When you guys remember Right Mango, when Right Mango was in the space when I catch her, I did the same. You know what I mean? Because of the wealth and the history and the knowledge. So, yes. And from the other day, I've been getting up on time. Thank God for catch when I'm going to start, when I'm going to do him live. And we've been streaming on Bolo TBV. I haven't been live on Bolo V&R 2.0 for about more than 24 hours. So, I say I come live right now on Bolo V&R 2.0. Remember, the super chat is available, ladies and gentlemen, and the cash app is available, alright? Can you imagine what the police them do? What a thing. Police on the field, man. The man them trick on the man. If you know better though, when it comes to negotiation, you see when an election year come near to election, you have to squeeze. One can get out of government. Hardball. Because they want to vote, you know. Same thing with the Jamaican people them. Anybody, well, it's kind of different for one still. Well, the nurse them, you know, different. The teacher them. No teacher, no nurse, no doctor did to vote for Andrew Wellness government. No police never did to vote for Andrew Wellness government. They don't mean themselves no well, they don't mean them pitney no well, and they don't mean their neighbor no well. These people have a, what you call it now? A pattern about them, ladies and gentlemen. And you guys are acting like you don't see the pattern. As soon as them going to power, you know, them pastor change, you know. You see when they need your vote, them are beg and them are go on and them are, oh, you know, come down on their knees and them give you money who want money, and I saw them go to work. You see when them get the win, them done with you know. Me say Desmond Mackenzie make a pit toilet in our place. Jamaica have so much to talk about, but when Drebrian done, me I go do my segment. Wanna enjoy the show. Mighty God.
I wonder if you wanna hear me. Thank you, Downside Hustle Grandma. Love the support I've been getting, guys. I really appreciate the gifts them. It may not be big like them, big top notch, but I am grateful for the little. The Bible says little is much when God is in it.
That is it.
And I appreciate the little. God bless me.
That is it.
I thank you, guys. Trust me, don't think that I am overlooking anybody. God bless you, no. I really appreciate it.
That is it.
Now, Jamaica. When I listen to the nurses, them, and the doctors registering their disgust, hot and spicy, Janet, big up yourself, love every time. Big up yourself, Kamiana Lord. The love is real over here. And it has been felt. Trust me. Jamaica, let me use this opportunity to remind you that come tomorrow at 10 a.m.,
yes,
I will be right here trying to raise some funds, yeah, to achieve my goal towards my laptop. I have a laptop, but it is old, and they are telling me it is not compatible for live stream. So I want to upgrade myself where I can get this laptop so I can continue my work effectively.
That's
so
right.
I'm asking everybody for the support tomorrow, no care how great or small.
Hey, if you don't want Drebrian Scotiabank details, me can send it to you so you can support him. Anybody will have my number, hear that?
The 50 and the 100, God will bless you. So I'm asking everybody for the support tomorrow at 10 a.m. All right? Looking forward. Now, Jamaica, when I saw the nurses and the teacher doctors came out and they protest. One of them said, is she alone if you deal with 43 patients? Can you imagine? It's not like a teacher where she's in a controlled environment with students. The sick, you don't know if them depend them back. You don't know if they're in a wheelchair. You don't know the condition, but one nurse assigned to 43 patients. And what hurt the listening ear, you know, is when the doctors and the nurses come out and register their disgust, what they're facing. And you're going to tell me that the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton, is going to come out and blame the management structure at the university hospital?
Germs, man. Germs.
How is it? It's like this man not here when time the nurse and the doctor them say them not have the equipment. They don't have the basic materials. Are you aware, Jamaica, that when your loved one takes sick and you go to the hospital, you know, it should be a place where you get refuge, a place where whatever you need to heal the ailment, you can get it there. You know, say when you go to the hospital nowadays, once you get the chance to see the nurse or the doctor, you know, there is no guarantee that the doctor or the nurse will have what you need. They are recommending you to go elsewhere to get the basic of the basic treatment that every single hospital should have. The other day, one of my colleagues had an accident, a minor accident, right? And when he went to the hospital to dress the wound, thank you, David, big up yourself. Would you believe me that the surgery, he had to go to another medical institution to purchase the equipment to carry it to the hospital so that the doctor there can use the equipment that he would have purchased, you know, so that he could have gone do the surgery. Jamaica, the health system mash up under Christopher Tufton, you know. Eh?
Terrible, man.
Uncle Pablo, big up yourself, Mr. Escobar. Thank you, God bless you, my friend. And I want to say thanks to you and your wife for always supporting my platform. Yes, man, me really grateful for the long-standing support, and nobody could ever. I saw me know real comrades, you know. A real comrade will have disagreement, yeah, and we might upset for a moment or two, but a real comrade will never ever malice another comrade. Yeah? No care what they go and put aside whatever difference for the greater good. And I can tell you, yeah, that the Escobars are real, genuine, authentic comrades. Me not ask you, no, me I tell you that. I'm saying extra, you see, because you know the little Spanish. Watch him at show up with this morning. But if I tell you what I want to tell you in a Spanish, you lift up.
Drebrian,
Me tell you the only thing when me learn in a Spanish, you laugh until you're weak. But anyway, students, Dr. Christopher Tufton, yeah? Instead, the man come out and address the needs of the hospital. The man have to come out and curse the management structure at the university hospital.
Dirty smarty.
Christopher Tufton not here when the nurse tell him say, yeah, they don't have the resources. So if you come there and you want your foot dressed,
Tufton a dirty smarty, man.
Your foot broke, not even crutch. No, up there in a way, at least, you know, so you could have at least rent one crutch.
Emotional,
go back home. The basic resources are not available at these hospitals. And every single day, Christopher Tufton come out and deflect. Eh? He comes out and deflect, and the man ever come out. Remember them a protest, you know. And instead, Christopher Tufton go up there and listen and try to put the mechanism in place. He is going to lay the blame squarely at the feet of the management. at the university hospital. But let me ask you, Christopher Tufton.
Who put the management
Yeah.
there?
Whether the hospital them are private institution, every single hospital falls under the Ministry of Health.
Yes.
They are registered under your watch. So whether Miss Mary or Dr. So-and-so are going to open up their own practice, every one of them have to be regulated and come under the Ministry of Health.
Teach.
And it pains my heart when you see these institution comes out and I speak out. And the minister is going, oh, it's a private institution. Is a stop the bull and the capping.
Stop the capping. Simone, what go on?
Stop the bull and the capping. It is unacceptable, Jamaica, that this man continue to put the hospitals them in the best light possible, and God knows our nurses and doctors are trying their utmost best. But if you listen to the interview, the nurses are saying that they on a daily basis they are given basket to carry water. They are overburdened. The accident and emergency, the space is so crammed. Huh? And yet still, whenever you come there with your accident and your emergency, then can't turn your way. Why is it that Dr. Christopher Tufton cannot have a genuine heart-to-heart address to the nation?
Man on a heart, Dre. Man on a heart.
Crisis.
Man a heartless.
At no time at all have we seen our young men and women and our citizens getting ill. It is becoming an epidemic.
My God.
It is getting out of control. Our population today is getting more
It a
ill.
dwindle, it a dwindle, it a
And
dwindle.
that is the reason why the hospitals are overburdened.
True.
Jamaican people no longer can afford 3 meals per day. We cannot afford to eat healthy anymore.
Mighty God.
Gone are the days when you know say you could have your little rice, your piece of meat, and your catch sitting on the side with a lettuce or 2 slices of tomato, or just the source of food we have to second for yam.
Are you
We
talk?
can no longer afford to be eating healthy, and it is true.
I'm not lying, Mattel. Are you talk, man?
This is the reason why so many hospitals are overburdened. Because the poor population can no longer afford to eat healthy. So their health has been compromised.
Terrible. Terrible.
Within the last 10 years or before the last 10 years, persons were able, no care how it go. If I want salad, you could have sliced 2 tomato pound of food, you could have washed 2 lettuce leaf and cut on nose, so you have a little balanced meal with no carbohydrate, no protein and no vitamin. And have a balanced plate in front of you. Today, dear, under this Andrew Honest-led administration, people can only afford to eat the source of food, the rice and the chicken. We can't afford to balance it off with some sliced tomato or lettuce or cucumber. Our health is our wealth, and I am telling you that the health of the Jamaican people is compromised. But when you look and see how Christopher Tufton set out the Ministry of Health, yeah? These people benefit more on the passing of your loved one than making the population more healthy. You look and see when you go to the hospital, and the worst happened when your loved one passed away. Look and see the care and dignity that the porter do to your body. Wrap you up nicely, tie your hand on your chest, and wrap you down in a white sheet, and bang you down and put you on a stretcher, and then put you where you're supposed to go when you're dead. Yeah? It is a business that the Ministry of Health is running. They are making more money from burying their loved ones than making your loved one recover from an illness. It is sad. In today's world, in the Jamaica that I live, are you aware, Jamaica, that Jamaicans nowadays, yeah, gone are the days when you could afford to have your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I am telling you, Jamaica, that you have families out there where we get up and eat no breakfast and put on one ratty big pot in the midday and eat one time. And that's it. There are families out there where we get up, yeah, and do them little breakfast, and when they go work, they not eat nothing for the God Almighty day until them come home, come eat their little dinner. Jamaicans can no longer afford the basic breakfast, lunch, and dinner under this Labour Party. Huh? And it might sound away, but it is the absolute truth. And I tell you, Jamaica, when it comes on to the two parties, the PNP and the JLP, both have their shortcomings. But when it comes on to the Jamaica Labour Party, yeah, the Jamaica Labour Party has totally eradicated the middle class. Under the Jamaica Labour Party, it is either you're rich or you're poor. And when you're done, you want to come tell me. So you want to compare the Labour Party with the PNP? Let me tell you the difference between the PNP and the JLP. Under the People's National Party, the People's National Party, yeah, will create the opportunity, yeah, for the middle class to survive. And the middle class means say you're not poor and you're not rich. But you're in between, where you have your little job, you can pay your bills them a month time, and you can survive. You know, they are the bottom of the bottomless. And you know, they up there and say you're rich. But the PNP create the middle class so that you can at least have a life of dignity. But whenever the Jamaica Labour Party is in power, there is no middle class. It's either you're rich or you're poor. And when you're done, people want to come compare PNP with JLP. Huh? Can you imagine? When the People's National Party is in power, they exercise democratic socialism. And I'm going to break it down to you when you found you don't know what democratic socialism is. There's a difference between when you're a socialist country or when you practice democratic socialism. Under the People's National Party, we practice democratic socialism.
Teach.
Yeah? Which means
Kirk.
that we are going to
What's up,
create
Queen?
institutions
Big up yourself, Kirk.
that will take from the rich and allow it to trickle down to the average poor.
Like and share, my
one
guys.
such institution is the National Housing Trust. Under the Jamaica Labour Party, only the rich can afford to buy a piece of land.
A true man.
Under the Party, only the rich can afford to buy one house. But the People's National Party, yeah, will create the middle class by putting in institutions such as the NHT, so that you, the poor man, when you work and you look on your salary and your pay slip, you know, see NHT a draw out of your money, no care how small it is, it'll come out of your salary. It is the PNP that put in place the NHT so that the poor man can go to the NHT and say, boss, at 10 years, I work at a hotel for you know. And I pay me NHT. While go on, I want a loan, I see piece of land and I want to go pay down upon it. And I see one house and I feel like I can afford to pay my mortgage. Tell me, me draw down. And I want me draw down to go put down upon the piece of land here or go put down upon the house where I see, where I like. It is the PNP that put NHT in place. Yeah? So that the poor man can have a house and not only the rich. And that is the reason why I will forever support the People's National Party. You must wake up, Jamaica people. Under the Labour Party is either you're rich or you're poor. But the People's National Party will create that middle class survival where you're not poor, you know, but at the same time you're not rich. It pains my heart today, Jamaica, where I see Jamaicans sit and allow the Jamaica Labour Party to put a wool over their eyes. And you notice how the nation is quiet? Because they are embarrassed. Yeah? Jamaicans today are embarrassed. They are ashamed of the mistake that they would have made September 3rd. So the country is quiet. I don't see a boy or a girl who don't want to come out, come protest and do the things and ball out, you know, but them shame. Because if they do, persons are going to see this is what they would have voted for. But we all were warned. The opposition, despite in minority, they came with some wonderful strategy and some wonderful plans to take Jamaica forward, and they choose otherwise. So I say to the people of this country this morning, yeah, 5 minutes after 12 noon, let us pray to Almighty God that this third term run off quickly. Because let me tell you something in Jamaica, I don't know about you, but I don't see the Andrew Holness administration doing no full term, No man, things are going to be so dire in this country that I am only seeing Andrew Holness surviving a 3-year, 3.5 possible. And I'm going to tell you why. Jamaica, there is so much happening in the country of my birth today, where the constituency that the Prime Minister controls for now, West Central St. Andrew. Yesterday, something major happened within our courts, where the People's National Party candidate, Mr. Paul Buchanan, have rose to prominence once again. And this time, Jamaica, it is eye-opening. It is quite eye-opening. Some things that we were made aware of that transpired in West Central St. Andrew, the constituency of the Prime Minister. I was in total disbelief. And I said to myself, no wonder why they are fighting against Mr. Paul Buchanan. Because it is clear that this man has a case. And let me tell you something, Jamaica. Every single man and woman has the right to defend themselves. If ever injustices meted out against them, every man and woman must be granted the opportunity, to defend themselves in the court of law. And in this case, Jamaica, Paul Buchanan, the PNP representative for West Central St. Andrew, once again has raised the bar in our politics. Jamaica, I was made aware, that masked men were placed at key polling stations in the Prime Minister constituency, which means we don't know if they were police. Yeah? The intimidation was so high in Andrew's constituency. Masked men are coming in and out. Yeah? In an altercation, verbal altercation with the indoor workers, intimidating them, threatening them. You don't know if they are police officers, you don't know if they are gunmen, we don't know. The evidence are there that they are double voting, which means persons would have come into a particular polling station and vote twice. Yeah? The law states that when the election is over and you're transporting the ballot boxes to the counting center, you must have a representative of the PNP and you must have a representative of the Jamaica Labour Party, both accompanying that ballot box. We have one of the most beautiful and transparent democracy. However, where we often get it wrong, yeah, is the intimidation and the same police officers them. That's why somehow no get no extra salary raise. Oh no, somehow no police officer who bring the intimidation. You were placed there to guide and guard our democracy. And instead you stay there and ensure that everything go right. You do the unthinkable and you allow masked men to come in and threaten our indoor workers. Who the hell are going to sit down there and take no gunshot for ballot box? You know, crazy? So I was told that the indoor workers had to leave the ballot box. Nobody no want to get gunshot for ballot box. So the intimidation was rampant. Yeah? And so police officers, we don't know, because they were all masked men. They are the ones that transported the ballot boxes. Mind you, the law states that a labourite and a PNP must sit down with the box in the vehicle and it must be escorted to the counting centre. So the labourite sit down on the left hand side, the ballot box in the middle, and the PNP on the right hand side. We have the most beautifulest democracy, Jamaica. But the rules are often neglected because you have paid operatives, some police officers included, and some nasty, dirty, worthless Jamaican men and women where we put in place to safeguard our democracy. Well, Jamaica, I want you to listen carefully. Yes, last night everybody was glued to Partner Draw TV, Andre Stevens' podcast, and Noel had such a beautiful interview with the lawyer representing Paul Buchanan. And let me tell you something, Jamaica, this is getting serious. And I am getting to understand when I listened to PDTV last night, it seems like this case can reach the Privy Council in England. And it is the same way that they would have treated Vybz Kartel over the years and tried to suppress him in the Jamaican courts. And Isaac would have fought tirelessly until he got the matter to the Privy Council in England, and look at the results. What our judges fail to see, the Privy Council in England will never let it slide. And I am telling you, Jamaica, with these compelling evidence, when Mr. Hugh Wildman point out, any of the judges of this land, Jamaica land we love, choose to strike down these evidence and say Buchanan no have no case, I am 100% behind Mr. Buchanan to seek the Privy Council in England, because you cannot tell me that these evidence brought against the Prime Minister and West Central St. Andrew will be going unnoticed. Jamaica, I want you to listen. Yeah? I want you guys to listen to the interview on Andre Stevens' PDTV last night. Very interesting, Jamaica. Let us listen to the interview. I crave your attention at this time. Listen carefully.
Let me get to another big story tonight because I feel like I've been looking forward to this story. I've been reading a lot of your comments whenever I come here and I do shows. You guys are always messaging. I'm seeing the comments online on certain platforms about the Holness versus Buchanan case. Now, a legal challenge brought by the former People's National Party candidate Paul Buchanan against the Prime Minister was delayed in the Court of Appeal today after concerns were raised about a potential conflict of interest. Now, the case, which stems from the 2025 general election, was adjourned after issues surrounding legal representation emerged during proceedings. Now, Buchanan is contesting the St. Andrew East Central seat against Dr. Holness in last year's election. That's probably the context of those of you guys who don't know about the case, right? And he's challenging the outcome of the poll, alleging that the election was not conducted fairly. Now, the Prime Minister, it is worth saying, was declared the winner of the constituency, but Buchanan has maintained that there are a lot of things that he didn't think was right that went on, and that the results were impacted. So he's seeking to have the court review the matter. So let's try and get to the bottom of this now with Hugh Wildman, who is Paul Buchanan's attorney. Now, Hugh, I appreciate you coming on tonight and for finding the time to do this, because I think it's, like I was saying earlier, it's one of those stories that a lot of people seem to want to talk about. So tell me tonight, Hugh, how significant is this conflict of interest issue that came to light in court today?
Well, the judge was of the view that because of the association in the past, she could not hear the case. So that was the issue.
Oh, so the judge was the problem. And who does she have a connection to? The Prime Minister?
No, she said that when she was in the Attorney General's chamber, she knew Mr. Buchanan. So she put that on the table that, we could still have gone ahead with the case if the parties agreed, but we didn't have a problem because Mr. Buchanan said that must have been a long time ago. And so we were prepared to go ahead, but the other side was not.
Right, so the other side, they were keen to say, actually, we need to bring a halt to proceedings and try and find someone else who might have no connection to both Mr. Buchanan and the Prime Minister.
Yes, the court decided to take a break and to consider it. And they came back after a long break deliberation and said that they were trying to get another replacement judge. But they were not successful, so they had no choice but to put it off until the 27th of next month.
Talk to me, Hugh. How unusual are you, given the fact that you're in and out of court every single day? How unusual is a situation like that, a scenario where a judge will excuse themselves, given the fact that it's not like she was with Mr. Buchanan last week or the month before having cocktails? I mean, is it pretty unusual, or is it because of how high profile the case is? She was just being very, very cautious.
I suspect this is the latter part of your question, because given the fact that, as Mr. Buchanan said, and she said it's a professional situation, and it would not have been something that took place recently. It had been probably almost 30 years ago. So we thought that it was for the judge to, but she placed it on the record that everybody is aware of it. And the other side was not prepared to go ahead without any further clarity.
So, does this have the potential to affect the outcome of the case long term?
Well, all it means is that it delayed the process. That we could have gone ahead yesterday had it not been for that.
Dr. Holness, now he was declared the winner, right, in 2025 in the general election. Talk to me about what your client is alleging and what evidence does he have that could potentially overturn the result?
Well, the evidence is very strong, very compelling. A lot of voter breaches of representation of People's Act, which would have been sufficient to overturn the polls, the result of the polls. It's very compelling evidence. And I think it's a very strong case that Mr. Buchanan has. Very strong. And all we need is just to apply the law And once you apply the law, I think it is a foregone conclusion that the election will be voided.
And talk me through that, Hugh, because if things work out in your favor and in the favor of Mr. Buchanan, what happens next? Does that mean that Jamaica will have to have another election, or that the Prime Minister will be forced to step aside, or there will have to be a by-election for his seat? What happens?
When the election is born and the Prime Minister no longer sits in Parliament, so there will have to be a new Prime Minister.
What?
Wow. And
that's a reality of the situation.
I mean, listen, you seem like a very reputable, sensible man. I've read your background. You've been around a long time. Surely, in a case like this, you wouldn't be pursuing this for the sake of it. So you're saying that there's compelling evidence out there.
Very compelling evidence. Very compelling evidence. Very compelling.
Hugh, for people who are watching this, haven't taken
and the evidence is not challenged by the other side. It's not like they're saying it didn't happen. They are not saying that these things didn't happen. So it is unchallenged evidence.
Yeah.
For people who aren't following the case closely and probably aren't, taking the time to go through the evidence or the court records, can you tell us maybe just the one main thing that you'll be arguing in court which will prove that your client genuinely has a case and could...
Well, there are so many breaches. For example, you had voter people overrunning polling station, people running from polling station to leave the station, to people to do whatever they feel like doing with the ballot boxes and the ballot. You have double voting, impersonation. You had people being, intimidated in front of polling station in breach of the law. You had a situation which is very, very strong. The law, section 4410A of the Act, says that at the close of the poll, the candidates' representatives must be allowed to accompany the ballot boxes to the counting center. That was not done. That is a serious breach. All these are, just one is sufficient to overturn the election.
What? Yeah.
So he said, and there was diversion of the route that the ballot boxes should have traveled to get to the counting station. So all of these things, and these are stronghold boxes for Mr. Buchanan. So it is a very strong case.
What do you say to people on the other side of this debate, or who will say this is simply sour grapes?
It cannot be.
That he didn't win the election.
No, it cannot be, because the law makes provision for this to happen. The law says that after the person is declared to be a winner, you have the right to petition the constituted authority to have that body refer the matter to the election court to void the election. Mr. Buchanan did exactly that because of the compelling evidence that was presented. So it can't be a sour grape situation. The evidence is there and it is not challenged. It is not like, say, the other side, that Dr. Waller's side is saying, oh, these things didn't happen. They are not contested the facts. They are not. So they are not saying these things didn't happen. So once you have that state of affair, then it is a question of applying the law. And the law says that one single act is sufficient to overturn the election. One single act that seriously affects the integrity of the election is sufficient.
My God.
What remedy is Mr. Buchanan seeking from the court? Is he asking for a recount, a fresh election?
He's asking for this election in the constituency to be voided.
Yes.
So he must have a rerun of the election in West Central St. Andrew.
Yes.
Wow. And
So
could that happen without a fresh election being called? Would that be an isolated thing? Where it would just be an election?
Remember the law was set up in 1997 and it happened when Mr. Hollis himself was declared winner in 1997 against Dr. Blake. So it is the law. It was Parliament, after a serious debate as to the integrity of elections in Jamaica, this was set up specifically to deal with these things expeditiously, because before that it was the election petition rule that was being used. But this was supposed to, this procedure was designed to ensure swift resolution of election malpractice in Jamaica. And so this procedure was invoked in 1997 And it is the second time it has been the constitutional authority has been asked to do such a thing.
Can you tell us, Hugh, what happened for those of us who probably don't have the political history to go all the way back to the first example? What happened in the first case? Because you're saying this is the second time.
Well, in the first case, they had to rerun the election in the constituency, and Dr. Wilson was still the winner at the time. But the similar situation occurred.
Oh.
And they had to have a rerun.
Wow. I mean, would you say that this case is probably, and I know that there's a lot going on in Jamaica right now, but this case is up there when it comes to Jamaica's democracy and confidence in the electoral process?
It is very much so. That is critical in this case. Very critical.
Talk us through just the feelings of how Mr. Buchanan is kind of feeling about this. Is he getting fed up that it's being dragged out? Does he just want it to be over?
Well, yes, he's very disappointed about the dragging out of the case. He's very disappointed about that, for sure.
So, 27th of July is when you return to court with Mr. Buchanan.
Yes.
When you return, what will happen on that day?
Well, hopefully we get started on the case. The application for legal judicial review. So hopefully we'll get started on that day.
Are you part of a wider team that's doing this, or is it just you by yourself who's kind of?
Well, I'm the main person that I'm representing Mr. Buchanan. I'm the main. The person's coming, but I'm the main person representing Mr. Buchanan.
So here's the thing, very quickly, Hugh, and guys, if you have questions, you can send them right now. We'll try and ask Hugh any questions that you have. Here's the thing, for people like myself who aren't in Jamaica and we're watching from afar, and given the fact that you just explained it so eloquently and so clear, it feels like to me that this is, you know, when people say consequential?
Yes.
This is one of those consequential moments. And if you win this case, right, and let's just speak hypothetic here, you win this case, do you think that this will damage, the public's trust in the system, the very institutions that exist, that people should trust in Jamaica?
Well, it could also result in some reassurance that the system works, because the law was set up to deal with these issues, and it is important that the judicial process be allowed to work, and where there is evidence of election malpractice, that it should be dealt with. And let's say in this case, the evidence was compelling that there was election malpractice, and Mr. Buchanan is entitled to have this matter addressed in a most transparent way.
Yes.
What reforms do you think are needed off the back of this case once this is all done and dusted? Is there anything that can be put in place now in order to prevent this happening again?
Well, that is why the constitutional authority is set up to ensure, to police elections in Jamaica. That's what they are there for. They are set up to police the polls. So the processing is to be allowed to work. So they are there to ensure that elections are conducted according to law. And when it is not, they have the power and a duty to have it corrected.
Let me ask you the opposite now, Mr. Wildman. If the Court of Appeal rules against you, will you finally accept Andrew Holness as the legitimate winner and move on?
Well, that is for Mr. Buchanan. I mean, it's possible that he could go also to the Privy Council.
Yes.
So that's Mr. Buchanan's right to deal with the situation as best as he can. But as I say, we are guided by the evidence. The evidence is there. There is strong, unchallenged evidence that the election was not conducted according to law. And that is what Mr. Buchanan is seeking to have vindicated.
I read somewhere, Hugh, that the judge described your case as being, quote, a knockout blow by the law.
No, I would not even pay that much mind, because the judge proceeded on the wrong premise. This is not a time issue. There is no time issue in this case. Mr. Buchanan applied within the 14 days that the law said he's to apply to have the election voided, which he did. And as soon as the constituted authority refused to send the matter to the election court, within days, I think 9 days, he applied for judicial review, which the law says must be done quickly, and it was well within time. So there could be no time issue that the judge spoke on. I don't know what the judge was focusing on when she said that, but there's no time issue in this case.
What do you hear that, Jamaica?
Mix up this election petition. This is an election petition case. This is a new regime set up to rectify elections when they are conducted in violation of the Representation of the People's Act.
Has this battle, Mr. Wildman, become, just from your personal observation, is this personal for Mr. Buchanan? This case? Is this very personal?
No, I think it's just strictly a legal situation. I mean, obviously, if he feels that he's wrong, that he wants to get it right. And that's what he's seeking to vindicate his right. So you can't blame a candidate for doing that.
That's right.
Anybody who feels that they have been aggrieved by the action of, the other side in the conduct of the election have a right to do what a single candidate do.
I mean, obviously, not to mention as well, Hugh, I think this case will be significant for you and your legacy, because if you win, there's gonna be a place for you in the history books.
Well, we just have to do what we have to. We just have to do what we have to do, because if you are contested the election, and all of these things occur against you, where people take over the polling station, masked men, your agents have to run from the polling station, people are double voting, people are doing all these things. And then when the ballot boxes are to be transported to the counting center, the law said that it must be accompanied by an agent. That was not done. In the election of when it was done in 1997, these are the very things that were used to void the election.
Oh.
Do you hear that?
My God. Jamaica. We have to leave it there. I want to say thanks to PDTV, Andre Stevens and Noel and the entire team at Partner Draw TV for putting on such riveting show.
Yes.
So we can hear exactly what is happening pertaining to this case.
I'm telling you.
This is one case for the record and for the books, and we are going to be paying key attention, and we must support him.
Of course.
So all the labor rights them when they on social media talk about, give up. September 3rd, not teach him a lesson. He coming like the fox and the sour grape. Kind of get the seat in big time, this and that. You hear what Mr. Wildman said a while ago? In 1997, when Andrew Holness won that seat, these are some of the same discrepancies that took place, and the court ruled in favor and give Andrew the seat.
Yes.
So now that the same thing
come round back now.
2025.
Yes.
I believe that the same rule should apply
to
him.
Most definitely.
Because he a fall person have been there. So all of the dunce them out there, we are support Andrew Holness and I try to ridicule Mr. Paul Buchanan. I say to the people of this country, let us continue to exercise some faith and continue to pray for the man.
That's right.
Even if our local judiciary not give him what he wants,
straight to Privy Council
authority to take the matter to the Privy Council of England. We have been here before and we see the result of that. As him so then did do cartel.
Yes.
And doing case.
Yes.
And drag it out for 14 years behind bars.
Yes.
And one time Isaac got the opportunity to carry it to the Privy Council.
Done it done.
See the outcome where Vibes Cartel is
done
today.
It done.
So let me tell you something, Jamaica. Let us not sleep on this West Central St. Andrew matter concerning the Prime Minister. The question we need to ask now.
Yes.
Can a Dr. Christopher Tufton go up against a Mark Jefferson Golding? With all of the atrocities around him and leadership of the Labour Party. The question we need to ask ourselves this afternoon, yeah? Because it's if, you know, and when the leadership of the Labour Party concerning Andrew come to an halt, yeah? Because it will be considered null and void based on the evidence that Mr. Wildman brought before the court. This is a case to watch. So Jamaica, let us ask whoever is going to succeed Andrew as leader for him party. Can a Christopher Tufton, can a Horace Chang, or whoever else them have over there, yeah? Can they, can you not see none of the, every one of them over there rotten along with Andrew Holness.
That is
can it. Individuals who are rotten to the core, yeah, be put to challenge a man of integrity in the name of Mark Jefferson Golding? Huh? Floyd Green? What? Floyd Green? Jamaica, this is another one to watch. 25 minutes to the hour of 1 o'clock. Let me remind you that I have to get out of here by 1 o'clock. So I have one more matter I want to bring to the forefront before we wrap up here for today. And let me use the opportunity. Yes, 470 odd people here. This is a record for us this morning on the Drebrian show. It's been a very long while. We haven't gotten these numbers. It means that we are doing something right. And so Jamaica, here is a testament as to why these programs must be able to rewatch. It was a beautiful program so far, and I'm counting on everybody tomorrow to come through for me, to help me raise my target, to achieve that laptop that I need, to stream my program on YouTube so we can run the program concurrently and simultaneously on TikTok and YouTube. So tomorrow, I want someone to come.
People, see the Drebrian show up on YouTube. It's on the screen. Make sure you go subscribe. That is it.
The quicker we reach the target, the better. So may I ask everybody to come through for me tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. It's going to be a very special throw. All right? Now, Jamaica, my final hot topic for this. Of course, we have to look on what is happening between Washington and Kingston. Because, Jamaica, I cannot understand how on God's earth, big up yourself, Audine Henry, big up yourself, Sanaya Crook, big up yourself every time. Dion Paul said JLP must be abolished. I would like it to be no more. Big up yourself, Dion. Mr. Struggle Martin, big up yourself, sir. I see you locked in. Big up yourself, Struggle. You know, Struggle is the man that sing our party anthem. Big up yourself, Mr. Struggle Martin. Good afternoon, Empress Madge. Locked in from St. Bart. Big up yourself, my brother Davy Gunners. Big up yourself. All right, Davian. Ask me something, of course, man. All right, anytime, anytime. Now, Jamaica, my final hot topic for the afternoon is, of course, between Washington and Kingston. And I'm going to tell you why. How on God's earth that 3 top high-ranking government officials, yeah, come to the public to explain to us the third country national agreement. And when you look at the 3 individuals, Chang, Diana, and Wells, and the Prime Minister, yes, all of them are sport doctor back of their name. Dr. Chang, Dr. Andrew Holness, and Dr. Dana Morris Dixon. Yeah? All of them. And the accused up to now, who was accused And we shouldn't even say accused because the United States Embassy came out clear and said the member for Northeast Manchester, Audrey Mark, go up, they go put proposal to them. All three of them bearing doctor behind them name come out, come speak on the matter, except the culprit.
Mighty
Jamaica,
God.
ask yourself, what is it that the Labour Party continue to hide
What
from
him
the
them
country?
hiding?
Because if the individual who went to Washington to make such proposals are numb and mute on the matter, yeah?
There we go.
How on God's earth Changa, Andrew and Dana go come tell we otherwise when the US Embassy put it out there categorically?
Mighty God.
Yeah? I remember say when you look on Kingston and Washington, how this a government ya conduct its affair, I am quicker to believe Washington
Of course.
than the Andrew Holness led
By far.
administration. I'm going to tell you why.
By far.
Good afternoon, truth of the government. I wish you were here earlier to hear the demise of your Prime Minister and his constituency. But anyhow, and I appear you know, man, you're welcome here as a Labourite anytime. You're one of the respectful few Labourites I know. But anyway, Jamaica people, the three of them were sport doctor behind them name, Dr. Chang, Dr. Dana, Morris Dixon, and Dr. Andrew Holness. All three of them come explain to the nation, and not one out of the three of them makes sense.
Not even one.
None out of the three with
None of them.
oral degree behind their name.
Can you imagine?
Seem to get to the point of telling the Jamaican
Oh,
people
go.
what kind of agreement them signed between Washington and Kingston.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica. Up to now, Audrey Mark have not come out to clear her name and I share the accused, you know.
Yes.
So Andrew come out, come speak for Audrey Mark. Dana come speak and defend Audrey Mark and Horace Chang and up here in Parliament and tell me one heap of cock and bull story. Yeah? And speak with Audrey Mark. Up to now, she will go up there, we go propose the deal, no chat, you know. And who there whenever
Emotional,
up here speak on behalf of her. Something is hiding. Something is hiding, my Jamaican people. And I tell you what. First, they come out and tell we say, oh, visa were being threatened. And that confuse the propagandists come out first, come and try spin the narrative, you know. Yes, man, they send out them propagandist clip. They can try to explain it, say, oh, visas were being threatened. And what else then do? Yeah? First, the argument was, oh, it's the lie, it's misinformation. Eh? So they couldn't get away with the first lie where they come tell, you know, come talk about visa this and visa was being threatened. So then come out, come tell we another cock and bull story, say misinformation. When that no work, then come out, come tell me about we had no agreement to bring 10,000 people to the country. It's 25 people. And how we have a memorandum of understanding. So at 3 times now, then come out and I tell you a different story, you know. The first one, then send Cliff come spin, come say, oh, visas were threatened. When that no work, then try to come change the reason why, you know, and come tell me about, oh, it's a misinformation, and blah, 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 we're conflating two different issues. When that never worked, then come say, oh, we never have no agreement, you know, 10,000 people come here, it's only 25. And that didn't work. That didn't work either, you know, Jamaica. So, them say, Audrey Mark, yeah? We mixing up the two. Yeah? Audrey Mark went to United States on a different matter. The last thing we hear, oh, United States is our friend, and we are just helping out our friend. About 5 different cock and bull stories then come tell we, you know. It shows you that the government is hiding something major from its people. And so, Jamaica, I don't know how much more clarity I could bring to the issue. But Jamaicans are not idiots. Emily Crooks would have explained it. Yeah? Emily Crooks would have explained it, Jamaica. And when I listen to Emily Crooks, who would have done an excellent job explaining that matter, we have some more individuals that come out and speak more, Jamaica. And let me tell you something, this has now become an international matter that the Prime Minister of Jamaica is running from. So in case you forget it, Jamaica, I am going to allow you to listen to Emily Crooks Shields once again, and then we are going to play another clip explaining it all, and you are going to differentiate between the two, Jamaica, and come to one conclusion, that the Jamaica Labour Party is not telling us the truth. So Jamaica, let us listen to Emily Crooks once again on this matter. Listen to this.
There was a time during the man at Phelps and Phillips Commission of Inquiry when information came out about these secret MOUs that Dr. Phillips signed with the United States government. There was a difference with them because nobody in the cabinet, we understand, knew about those MOUs, and so the issue of collective responsibility and cabinet secrecy, all of those things were being undermined. And perhaps he could say, perhaps he could, even though it's not a good argument, is that it is about national security matters. But so ferocious was the debate about these clandestine MOUs signed by Dr. Peter Phillips, and the political haranguing was great, and rightly so. So how on earth this administration believes it could go ahead and sign an MOU over 1 week or so before any information came to us, and have the effrontery to have us try to understand exactly what they signed is beyond me. You know, I don't understand it. Dr. Chang, you don't seem to understand it either, because nothing you say to me is clear on exactly what is to happen. And we shouldn't have to feel in the dark. On top of that, don't come and tell us that there's no coercion, because we know that there's no diplomacy in the corridors, in the halls of power anymore. We are fully aware. We are fully aware that what we're dealing with are not negotiations, but dictates.
Yes.
And we know that we don't have the power differentials are unequal. So what you probably need to do is speak with us in coded language, and we will better understand instead of taking us for idiots, because we're not. And it doesn't help that other Caribbean territories have these so-called TCNs. You need to read the room. You need to learn from history. You need to know when to speak with us and get ahead of the news. So what is happening now, to my mind, is not acceptable in how the matter has been handled. And even though we don't understand, you're telling us that these individuals are not deportees, but are they free people in the United States? Are they buying a ticket to come here? Or are they to be transported in the custody of representatives to get here? And if they are not, we are not into the euphemism. You need to talk straight. And if you cannot talk straight, get somebody who can talk straight and level with us. This administration, you need to watch yourself. There's a time when the thing goes to water bottom and it's going to drop out. There cannot be so many mistakes in 1 week, or 1 week behind the next. When David Cameron came here and promised a prison, it was rejected forcefully in the Parliament of Jamaica by the then opposition leader Andrew Holness, and I agreed with it, chiefly because of the historical relic, because of our relationship with the UK, and the issues concerning slavery, which is a bit different from the United States. But exactly because of that, and exactly because of the secret MOU, you come to us early and explain and distinguish. You don't hold a speech until some biennial conference. Don't make, my granny would have said, don't make people spit on the ground and it dry up before Dr. Wheatley resign later. And give us full explanation about the so-called MOU. Because up to now I don't get it. And I read things in light. I don't read in the dark. That's all the time we have.
I read things in the light. I don't read things in the dark. But Jamaica, listen me good before I wrap up the program with my last pointer. It is the fact, you know, that the Jamaica Labour Party Andrew Holness-led administration would have signed that MOU 1 week before it came to light, and the nasty, dirty Prime Minister went back Cliff Hughes and got tell Cliff Hughes and the nation, said the United States misinterpret Audrey Mark. But yet still they would have already signed the MOU 1 week before Audrey Mark. But sit down up there, open up our crutches. Jamaica, me sorry for the Labour Party, you know, me telling you so you shall know nothing named peace in that third term, yeah. I don't know, believe me. Jamaica, I don't know, hear nothing yet. I want you, Jamaica, to listen carefully. Yeah? Another individual breaking down. Jamaica, you know, I have open wide. Listen to this as we bring the program to a close. Listen carefully. Listen carefully, my people.
So I personally think that this government has completely lost the plot. Can you imagine for just a second that the government of Jamaica has agreed to receive people deported from the United States? Not Jamaicans, people from different countries. Only to be told by the National Security Minister, Horace Chang, when asked about a Gleaner article on the proposed third country national agreement.
The report is false. There is no intention to bring 10,000 here into the United States.
Then, just 24 hours later, the story shifted. In a statement, the National Security Minister, Dr. Horace Chang, acknowledged that the reports were based on a real agreement, but disputed one key claim, the number. He insists that Jamaica has not agreed to accept 10,000 third country national, but within hours, the narrative shifted again. Speaking to reporters at the post-cabinet press briefing on Wednesday, June 17, Chang confirmed that the United States had approached Jamaica as part of its efforts to manage its growing migration crisis. He said the proposal was considered by the cabinet and the government, led by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, agreed to participate in the agreement.
The TCN is an American request. They have done so with several allies across the region and throughout the world. So it's their challenge, so they're trying to resolve it in a human way. They are friends and they're seeking assistance to resolve the problem.
It's either this man is dense, a figurehead, or a damn liar. And just when you thought that the story was done, yet another revelation. A diplomatic document from the United States Embassy appears to tell a very different story. Former Jamaican ambassador to Washington and current cabinet minister Audrey Marks proposed an agreement that would have Jamaica receive up to 10,000 third country national during a discussion with the U.S. official in Miami earlier this year.
Now, there's a conflation of that with a discussion that would also happen with Minister Marks in relation to exploring skilled laborers coming to Jamaica.
Now, it's important to note, She's not the Minister of National Security, and she is not the Minister of Foreign Affairs. She was the Minister of Efficiency, Innovation, and Digital Transformation. And the government of Jamaica had said publicly, repeatedly, that the Americans were the ones who came to them.
Petition is an American request.
We have a name for those type of people. The minister also said that the foreigners are not criminal.
I have no agreement, no understanding, and there are no discussions to accept convicts from the United States. In fact, anyone coming from the United States is reviewed by the NIB before I indicate that they can land in the country.
But in a video recently surfaced, Marco Rubio said this.
We are actively searching for other countries to take people from third countries. So we are actively, not just El Salvador, we are working with other countries to say, we want to send you some of the most despicable human beings to your countries. Will you do that as a favor to us? And the further away from America, the better, so they can't come back across the border. I'm not apologetic about it. We're doing that. The president was elected to keep America safe and to get rid of a bunch of perverts and pedophiles and child rapists out of our country.
So I feel the country, you want them come, not a backside.
So we have a long-standing incapability of providing what is deemed acceptable and reasonable condition for the detention of persons in Jamaica. Why are we seeking to compound our problem?
They are free to move around. They are here in a transition mode, like in transit to the back to their home state. And they spend a bit out. While they are here, they are, I said, they are in transit. They are free to move around. They're under some support from the international organization for immigration, but it's not a detention in any way.
We have so many issues here in this country that is yet to be resolved. And you want to compound this problem by having 10,000 other people into this confusion? What exactly am I missing here? People, I would love to know what your thoughts are. So please let me know in the comment section. And of course, thanks again for watching. Please, by all means, support the video by liking it, sharing it. And if you have not done so as yet, subscribe to the channel.
Jamaica people, listen, me come across the clip on YouTube and I said, no, this is newsworthy to the people and my listeners to hear. We are in serious, serious trouble. Knee deep. Kingston and Washington have made an arrangement through the Andrew Holness government, and the people of this country, was left in the dark.
Straight in the dark.
These are the men and women you guys put in the cabinet to represent you and I. But how can we expect any better? Tomorrow Friday, tomorrow make 1 full week and add since Andrew Wheatley was reported to be charged, and up to now the DPP cannot put out the charges despite the IC's recommendation. 1 week and Andrew Holness have the criminals still serving in the cabinet. Oh no, sister, we country turn one piece of
mash up.
Oh no, realize that we country turn one piece of brekkie. Can you imagine? Good afternoon, my dear. You're running a match?
Sure.
Make we go for one now, quick and fast. Jamaica people, what a way to end the program. Let us blaze a match together. Please and thanks everybody. Let's show some love and some support as, we get into the groove for tomorrow. So show me some love, show me some support. You know what to do. Use up the double, people. If you don't have any gift, just tap up the screen. That will work. If you don't have any gift, just tap up the screen. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Jamaica. This is another Crazy J. Hey Andrew, a full time figure go now. Jamaica people them not like you. Worst thing them can
Just you. Pull up.
Look how you sell out the Cuban. Accept American. I know say them no like me. I'm from morning them a fight me. And to look what you do now. I worship you make up down. I know we can fight. And to yourself we and you can fix up the road them. The hospital them need doctor. The whole of Jamaica fracture. From we get the Melissa. People are sleep on that day. Some are sleep on floor. Andrew, you come from Jamaica. And you don't like the people. You make the country a suffer now. Until you don't remember. And I said a Spanish down the front. That's why you wanna know why you say we pull up. Yo. All security there. Use up the number. This is another Crazy J. Hey Andrew. Use up the double, thank you guys.
Go now.
Jamaica people.
Them not like you.
That is it, thank you. Trust you.
Yes.
Look how you sell out the Cuban. Thank you, buddy. Accept
American.
you smarty. And you know say them no like we. Money pull up.
No, that is Crazy J, ladies and gentlemen. Yvonne, what's up? Queen Candy, big up.
Thank you, Frankie. This is another Crazy J. God bless you guys, thank you. Hey Andrew, a full time figure go now. Jamaica people them not like you. Worst thing they can trust you. Look how you sell out
The Cuban.
and accept
American.
and you know say them no like we. From morning them a
Fight we.
and you look what you do now. Thank you guys. I worship you make up down. Thank you. And you know we can fight.
And to yourself we are. Thank you.
And you can fix up
The road them.
the hospital them need
Doctors.
the whole of Jamaica
Fracture.
My God. From we get the Melissa.
May I tell you.
People are sleep on that day.
And to yourself. Pull up.
It's a death before this, Anna, you know. My friend. And this you call death before this, Anna, you know. What
Not even one little tops.
Not even tops. They not give me friend. I saw it go. You think I go come here? Me have to run. I just want quick one. Me a play. Alright.
Alright, big up yourself.
Every time, darling. Every time. Jamaica. I want to say thanks to all those who participated in that match. And I just want to get into the groove for tomorrow. This is what tomorrow will all be about. So may I ask you, those of you having a little bank account, me nah make you go broke the bank. Just put aside one little $10 for Drebrian now. I would have done an amazing job. I'm known to love and appreciate the work. So tomorrow is for the greater good. We are trying to expand ourselves. If me can do it on TikTok, me know me can do it on YouTube. So me I ask you, same like how you build me on TikTok, come show me the support on YouTube. So tomorrow I have a target. I want to raise at least $800. It is to go towards my laptop. I'm buying an Apple. It's a MacBook, and it will have all the features to have a successful live broadcast on YouTube. So may I ask everybody come through with the pledge them. I will provide the bank account, the Zelle, the Cash App. When I close the program, you guys can go up on my bio, my page, and you can see the Zelle information, the Cash App, and just get used to it. And then once you send me the Zelle or the Cash App, just take a screenshot and send it to me DM and let me know that you would have done so. But tomorrow, I will have a little difference on this platform. It's for a worthy cause. I've been advertising it for weeks now, and tomorrow is the big day. Thank you, Beauty Carla. Yeah, man. Just DM me for those persons who want to use Western Union or MoneyGram. Just send me a DM and indicate, say, Dre, I want to bless you with such, and I will send you my information to bless me via MoneyGram or Western Union. All right? I know a lot of persons are saying that, oh, TikTok, I got to take out 1%. So if me send you $10, you only are going to get 8 out. You know, so I understand. So for those persons who want to say, but then again, sending it Western Union or MoneyGram, then still a charge fee. You see how they're wicked? People money, you know, you send your money and you have to pay if you send your money. So I just saw it go still. Everybody have to eat a food. But I want to show more love and support for tomorrow. It is for a worthy cause, Jamaica. I don't mind them, because when I hear people go, oh, you can't beg him. When last time you see me come beg? Anytime my followers see me come over here and I ask for something, them know say I'm coming from a good place and it is genuine. Because I am not going to come on social media and ask for your bread and know say me have a bread in a me bread pan. Me not do it. People too wicked and then too terrible. So me I come tomorrow, come ask, and I think I am entitled to ask, because me now go thief and me now go broke the bank. The Bible says if you ask and it shall be granted unto you. And I am asking. That's me now go thief, and I say because me now have no 28 bank account like Andrew and the Labour Right Party, me I come ask. Honestly, Jamaica, it was my utmost pleasure being here, doing what I love.
Yo!
I have to make a run now, but I appreciate each and every one of you who were here. So tomorrow, Jamaica, 10 a.m., I will be starting the show. I'm looking forward for the love and the support. It was my pleasure being here. Thank you guys for the love and the support. Let us continue to look out one for another. Let us continue to champion the message of the People's National Party. The word is love. And
yo, big up Drebrian, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that you go to his YouTube page. If you don't have TikTok, any one of them are the same name or the same symbol we want to see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, on here tomorrow I have a small show at 10 a.m. Probably about an hour or so. And he will be looking to, you know, earn some cash to buy a new laptop so he can come on YouTube, and then he can start doing show them. And people can get to see the recordings. As I said before, it's one of the reasons why I do this. Usually I don't come live in the morning, you know. You have Mr. Wayne Lonesome, you have a whole heap of people who go live in the morning, you understand? Usually I try to come on in the afternoon, around 3 or 4 o'clock, sometime 2. Anyway, in that zone there that me do. Zine. So anyway, later on this evening, I am hoping that it works out today, where I'll have Mr. Buchanan and his lawyer coming on. I'm still at work it out with Derval. It should have been yesterday that Mr. Buchanan would have come on. If it's on TikTok, I will be streaming the TikTok on YouTube same way. And you guys will be able to hear the conversation that we're going to have, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to call Derval right now. For ask him what is the latest update in terms of time or anything like that. I don't think there's much going on in the news right now, more than what has already, took place. But let me just take these things off the screen because I always want to check to see what is the latest update. That was a fulsome show from Drebrian. Tackle all the issues. Guys, hit the like button before you exit. You know what I mean? Please and thanks. Yeah, man, hit the like button before you exit. Let me see. TVJ. Swag one pan TVJ. TVJ. See if there's any. So much going on. Look at what happened with the nurses. Boy, may I tell you. Oh! I never see this. Mighty God, let's look into this, ladies and gentlemen.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 40.
All right, opposition spokesman on rural and community development, Dr. Kenneth Russell, is calling for a coordinated national strategy to close Jamaica's urban-rural divide. He joins us now to tell us more on this. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Morning, sir. Good.
So your first sectoral debate, what was that like for you?
Exciting and privileged at the opportunity to speak about an issue that, because I am from rural Jamaica, so to have this responsibility to speak on an issue that basically I grew up, it's my experience, it's my lived experience. So to be able to speak about that for my people, as well as to talk about what the future could look like. Yeah.
Anyone nervous?
There's always, some amount of nervousness, just to drive you enough to get you excited about. I was less nervous than watching the birth of my daughter. She turns 18 today, so I want to say happy birthday.
Oh, that's so lovely. Happy birthday, Michaela. I love that. You were listening. Good.
But it's I have long dreamed, I guess, of being in representational politics. And to get to the point where you're in that parliament, speaking on issues that matter to people, and then the rural agenda has been neglected for a long time. So it was great to be able to have that conversation.
Yeah, because you said you grew up in rural Jamaica, so let's talk about it, right? The disparity between urban and rural communities. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so some of it's visual. You can see it as you drive. If you leave the coast, the St. Ann coast, for example, which is more urbanized, and head towards the hinterlands, first the roads start to fall apart. Then you see fewer houses, so the density of population is less. And then when you look at how people live, if you were to travel this morning along the route from, say, St. Anne's Bay, going to Higgintown, Claremont, and up to the hills towards 9 miles, by the time you get to 9 miles, you're going to see people with bottles carrying water. You're going to probably see the farmers going to the fields. While on the other hand, you're passing the buildings, the services, the service centers. By the time you get to 9 miles, your phone won't work, right? So very basic things. Some of them, as I said, you can see them, they're visible. Others are experiences which you have to live with. Because even though you might earn the same minimum wage in St. Anne's Bay as you do in 9 Mile, in 9 miles you have to spend a lot more of that to get to those services in St. Anne's Bay. You have to spend a lot more of it on transportation, and so on. So it costs a lot more, and so the burden is felt in how people are able to live their lives.
Only to say that your community would not be the only community going through something like that. I say that to say, I read one of your colleagues, Mr. Dennis Gordon, who said the constituency fund is not enough. I think you get $3 million. And he was saying that to fix Chisholm Avenue, and this is exactly what he said. He said the money that didn't get just to fix Chisholm Avenue, it would have taken 15 years.
Yes.
Is it more than just the constituency fund you're talking about, or are you saying rural Jamaica is just not being looked at as urban Jamaica?
So when I say rural Jamaica, I'm not only speaking of my constituency of Southeast St. Anne. I'm speaking of all rural communities.
Right.
across this country. Dennis Gordon, there's a constituency development fund. It's 20 million that is provided, and he probably was speaking about the amount you can use for infrastructure.
Right.
So yes, that is a major challenge, because you really can't address the issues with the resources you get through the constituency development fund. So what I spoke of in my presentation was the need to actually show greater linkages among the agencies. If you're able to have labor and social security, education, agriculture, and so on, working together, having a coordinated approach to addressing the issues affecting people in rural Jamaica, you get a lot more out of it, actually, than being able to provide us a fund to a member of parliament, right? It's getting those agencies to work in a coordinated way. And you might know that I went as far as to say it's abandoned, in the sense that there are lots of nice projects happening across the country in rural areas, but the coordination of them, there are lots of agencies that do work on rural development issues, rural water, rural electrification. But again, are they speaking to each other? Are they coordinated to ensure that the water issues are dealt with at the same time, electricity issues are dealt with at the same time, the connectivity issues are dealt with, the road issues are dealt with, right? So that coordinated approach is not there. And so what you're going to have is that you might have a fix here, a fix there, but it's not going to solve and ensure that we have a better quality of life for people living in rural Jamaica.
Yeah, but hasn't this been an issue though for a very long time? I mean, I grew up in rural Jamaica as well, but there has been some advancements. You say that the coordination between the agencies should be something that's prioritized, right? But so what is the result of that? What does that look like now in terms of how that's built out in the rural communities?
Yeah. So yes, it has been a long-standing issue. It's not new. I think what's different from our side is the absence of a strategy, right? A coordinated strategy that's put on the table to say, this is how we think about rural development. This is how the country is approaching it.
And what is that suggestion for you look like?
For me, that has multiple prongs to it. And it starts with having that strategy. It starts with coordination. I think part of what we've come to ensure that there's actually a report, an annual report that comes to Parliament. But at the end of the day, what we want to see, we want to ensure that you're not paying an added tax, basically, for living in rural areas. So you're able to access services. There is more reliable connectivity, issues of roads, water, and so on. These are things that take a toll on physically, but also on your ability to contribute productively to the country. Now, think about the person who comes to an urban area, who is pushed from rural to urban area. That person is coming ill-equipped in most cases to contribute in the most optimal way, because they're not prepared. We have an issue now in rural areas, a lot of very small schools where the principal is also a teacher, and so some of the administrative issues related to the school are not being addressed. We have issues around, when you grew up in rural area, you probably had a community organization, a youth organization of some kind. A lot of those are dying. So some of that formation, which you would have growing up in your community, in leadership, in participation, in working with others, so some of those social components are also missing. So I'm speaking of it in terms of helping the institutions at community level to get stronger, but also the infrastructural side of it. But then the other aspect is, if you choose to stay in a rural area, it should not be because you can't find somewhere else to go. You should be able to make a life with the skills you have, get an education, but at the moment, those services, you have to go somewhere else to access those. And we still have rural communities where what we call the extraction, the exploitation of the resources continue to take place, whether it is bauxite mining or other forms of mining. But even to a certain extent, some of the practices of the tourist industry as well. But
wait, how old is the new house?
I don't know, but he literally uses Excel.
The resources are there, they're used to develop an industry, but the people themselves are not benefiting.
Dr. Russell, you said the poverty rate in rural areas stands at 11.5% compared to 3% in Kingston. And I quote what you said. You say, so if you live in rural areas, you are 4 times more likely to live in poverty. Why? Because you have farming communities, you have companies in the rural area that people work, and hospitals that people work at. So why would it be 4 times more likely to be poorer than folks in Kingston?
Yeah. So that's the data, that's government data from Statin. And I think overall, globally, it's more difficult because of some of the issues we spoke about earlier on. It's more difficult to reduce poverty in rural areas.
Less opportunity.
You tend to have a lot higher level of dependence. But then even the industries that you spoke about, farming, for example, a lot of the farming remains subsistent. And when you've had the kind of shocks that we've had as a country, it means that a farmer is starting over 2-3 times per year, because if it's not the hurricane or the tropical storm, it's the drought, right? And there's no insurance, no protection for him to be able to bounce back really quickly, right? So yes, but I also made the point that for young people and children, it's 1 of every 4. It's 22% for children. It's 24% for adolescents who are living in poverty in rural Jamaica. So what we need, it also speaks to the earlier point we were discussing about the strategies that we need, because you need to ensure that you're targeting rural areas in a different way than you would urban areas. because the decline has been much slower. Even though nationally there's been a decline in poverty, it has been much slower in rural areas.
Yeah, but I mean, the truth is that, all right, so who's here now to take responsibility for it? Should, you know, people like me and Neville are we live in the rural communities? Is it ours to take responsibility over, or is it, you know, the government, the agencies, etc.? Because now we have a lot of access to many things. We have, you know, there are agricultural parks now in particular rural communities that are there for access. You know, there's the highway that gives you access to urban spaces.
Yeah, there, Val. I'm there upon the live, on the YouTube. What are the latest update with Mr. Buchanan now? Alright, thank you. Alright, my G, up top. Alright, on the year Jamaica from Derval reach out to Mr. Buchanan. So 3:30 I get some update. So I don't know, probably about 6 or so, hopefully. That would be you know, settled. Right? But I really appreciate Mr. Kenneth Russell. My represent us very, very well, ladies and gentlemen. A distinguished statesman, lawyer, academic professor, Dr. Oswald Harding has died. Rest in peace, family. He's a former Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Rest in peace to him, condolences to his family. Body-worn cameras capture police shooting in St. James. Security experts pleased, but want to see greater use of the gadget. Alright? Alright. Let me want to listen to this. Mr. Andre Harton.
Hey Jamaica, good day. What's up? Boy, it has been a while, but I saw a recent news where the government are planning to accommodate over 10,000 criminals from the United States. Can you imagine? Now, let us put it. Hey Jamaica, good day. What's up? Boy, it has been a while, but I saw a recent news where the government are planning to accommodate over 10,000 criminals from the United States.
Jaja.
Can you imagine? Now, let us put the Jamaican situation into perspective. Every year we export over 20,000 of our people, mostly intellects, you know, professional people. These people go to 3 places mainly: Canada, United States, and England. Now, you can export or don't create an economic environment where your youngest and brightest can stay. And you export over 80% of a tertiary graduates. So 80% of people have college degrees, skill, etc. We export them. They leave because the economy cannot accommodate them. And you are telling me that instead of trying to create a conducive economy where people feel comfortable, bright people, just like how Canada, America and so can create an environment where bright people feel comfortable coming and setting up themselves. Instead of focusing on that, we now are focusing on helping the United States or whomever acquire or accomplish their task of getting rid of criminals. She said Jamaica is serious about life or serious about the economy. What make you think forget about enough of the things? Because a joke thing. You now can have an economy where your role should be to expand economic opportunity, build industries, restructure certain industries that are not efficient, making sure that the country's youngest and brightest feel comfortable home. And this is coming and setting up themselves. Instead of focusing on that, we now are focusing on helping the United States or whomever acquire or accomplish their task of getting rid of criminals.
Madness.
This is Jamaica on a serious about life or serious about the economy. What make you think forget about enough little things? A joke thing. A joke thing. You now can have an economy where your role should be to expand economic opportunity, build industries, restructure certain industries that are not efficient, making sure that the country's youngest and brightest feel comfortable home. And this is even more important in nowadays a world filled with global instability, where people feel uncomfortable in America. People feel uncomfortable in England. This morning the UK Prime Minister resigned. Says like the global geopolitical tension across the world now make the diaspora, so we call them, people who come from Jamaica but live elsewhere, I make the diaspora feel away in these countries because it's not there. They don't feel a sense of belonging in these countries. So as Jamaicans now, it would have been up to us now to really create the environment for those people who had left to come back home. You understand the point that I'm trying to make? Create the environment for those people who are left to come back home. And we are not doing that. Every time we look at a political decision that the country is making, it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, Jamaica. We have to wise up. We have to wise up. We have to get smart in how we approach economic management and what we need for our people. So you tell me, say the country just turn a big garbage heap for criminal. Garbage heap for criminal.
He needs some milk.
Then, yo,
that's why I have to rate Dr. Andre Hartney, you know, Professor Andre Hartney. Nobody can tell me nothing about Andre Hartney. Nobody can make me no support Dr. Andre Hartney. Big up Dr. Andre Hartney. Jamaica turn one big garbage heap for criminal. I said it when the first time I heard the news. I said, hold on. So you say a trash can, a garbage heap. Eh? And you see the point of the man make a while ago, Jamaica is a sound point, you know. It's a critical point, you know. Seeing all them other attacks say, yo, you know, say we need to we are saying, well, come back, come invest in Jamaica. Give the people them a reason to do it. It is a prime time right now. You know how much Jamaican people call me and tell me, say, yo, they want to come back to Jamaica, but not under Andrew Honest. You know how much businessman tell me, say, the Jamaican businessman who are the well of foreign, tell me, say, they rather go Africa than come to Jamaica under Andrew Honest. Him is the, say, the man is the weapon that farm against Jamaica progress. You know how much people want to come back to Jamaica, come build and start business where they go create jobs. And because of Andrew Honest government, they're not coming back. They have seen what the man them been doing in the last 10 years. Things that they must say versus things that they must do. People are not idiots. People are not fools. Right? And you know, really and truly, boy man think I'll be hey. You see, yo, South St. James, make sure someone on the pound on me, you hear? Come here, I tell you, say, what was prophesied in terms of that there's Montego Bay specifically in the crosshairs of the Most High. So, if you don't know, say, we think the right with God sort out. Because too much people don't get work over and them something there. I understand everybody want to get rich quick. Body are wear gathering all type of something. When the Montego Bay turn the new Port Royal at Jamaica. Be a pirate. Be a marine spirit. Worship and all type of stuff going down there. High and low. Government set altar down there, all type of stuff. You prophet then tell you no. I not talk nothing with him no say. See? Jamaica overall under judgment. Sound point the man make create the environment for the people them come back. The people them want to come back because there's so much uncertainty around the globe where Jamaicans are. When you hear the conversation, everybody can consolidate them own place now. Right? I mean, I tell you, Burkina Faso, the rise of Burkina Faso came so at such a perfect time. That man is doing all the things them to secure him own ground for what is to come. Meanwhile, we have them a weak jelly back leader out there, so I be pushed around. Up, down, sideways, turn on your head, drop on your belly, and try crawl on your back. By external forces. We are carry the garbage for the United States come dump in Jamaica. Right? And them say so, and me say so, Mark Rubio say so. The worst, the scum of the earth. Yes? And the man them agree to that. And we all here say, our minister approach the United States. Come on, man. The man them have a man them like a puppet on a string. Talking about puppet on a string. You understand? Talk about a puppet on a string.
Hallelujah. Yes, yes, yes. He's about to give you your Joseph today. He's about to add to your life today. Hallelujah. He's about to expand you today. Your 150th day of prayer. There is a womb that is about to be open right now. Someone who is about to be loose right now on this 150th consecutive day, night of prayer. Receive it now. Receive it now in Jesus' name.
Eugenics, okay? Eugenics. Because they consider themselves superior. So when you heard Lady Diana mention GDPR, for example, which of course the European Union, they have run ahead and they have put that in place, right? The General Data Protection Regulation, protecting the privacy of their citizens. But at the same time, through the Samoa Agreement and other agreements, they mandate other nations to hand over information to them, while other nations are not in a position so to do. Down to say the world level, and that has always been the case. So when we are warning you, people of Jamaica, about these systems, you can turn the book tick in your ears and don't listen. The last thing I'm going to say more, right? Lady Diana mentioned HIPAA and so on, which is critical, right? The USA, they have gone ahead too, and they are protecting their own selves. What are we doing here? We're running ahead, putting everything online, running ahead, digitizing this and digitizing that, and exposing our population to all manner of evil and danger. And that recent hacking of the National Health Fund, the persons who are affected, I hope that they will be suing the authorities. I hope so. I really hope so. I really hope so. To teach them a lesson, running ahead and doing all these things after they have been warned that that's not the way to go. Not saying you can't have digital solution and so on, but this wholesale digitization of everything and wanting everybody to place all digitization of everything and wanting everybody to place all their vital information online. For what? Of course I know it's a new system. But Jamaica does not have to go that route. However, we have compromised leaders, corrupt leaders, not all of them, cannot understand for the life of me how these different umbrella groups and all sort of stuff are so silent and compliant.
in all of this? Huh? And yet they're saying they are church. Yet they're saying they are men of God and women. If you're a man of God, you should know. Because the Holy Ghost will reveal things to you, even if you don't have the details. Because many times, Holy Spirit will give us intel and alert us. We may not have all the information, but at least we know danger, and then we now prayerfully seek out those who have the information to explain the finer details. It's a crying shame to look at the state of our churches in Jamaica, all of them, for the most part, with the exception of a few. Listen to what they are preaching in their churches. Listen to what is happening in their Bible studies. Hardly anything having to do with what is happening so that the people can be prepared for what is up ahead. If there's one place where the people should be in the know, it is in the church. But if the churches are not rightly aligned through their leadership, if they are not hearing from God, how are they going to warn the people? There is a midnight cry that is about to come upon this island of Jamaica. Watch and you will see.
All of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
The truth is the light, ladies and gentlemen. Be prepared. Don't be distracted. Alright? Like, share, and subscribe. The word is love. See you guys later, my people. Big up on yourself. Later here, my people. If you haven't hit the like button already, please hit the like button before you go. See you later. Bye. Thanks for